Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who may like it as well. And if you have time, drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Alright, so today I wanted to talk about something very interesting that I was told. Someone asked me, well, she was telling me that she knows an Aquarius, basically. And this Aquarius is like family. So she was saying that the Aquarius had some issues that needed to be addressed with her attitude. People in the family saying her mouth reckless, you know, things like this. Like I said, they're like family. So they have a lot of, you know, events together with each other's families and things like that. And on both sides, the person I was talking to and on the Aquarius family side, everybody's complaining about her mouth. And my friend, the person, well, my client, the one who came and told me about this, she was saying to me that they want her to talk to her. And they're like, you know, you're closest to her, talk to her. You know, her mouth, you know, is reckless, you know, and that's not cool. So they want her to, you know, get her shit together. So my client said to me, how will an Aquarius react if you're trying to change them for the better? And I was like, basically, it goes like this. An Aquarius is not going to listen to anybody unless it's somebody that they care about and respect their word. So if the Aquarius respects your word, then she will consider what you have to say if she is a high enough vibration. Low vibrational or negative, dark Aquarius energy, those people are not going to listen to you at all. So the first thing you have to identify is, what are you dealing with here? Are you dealing with a negative person or are you dealing with a positive person? Because it sounds like to me, based on what you're saying, that she's a dark Aquarius. And a dark Aquarius is not going to listen to nobody. Okay? A high enough vibrational Aquarius will listen to people that we care about and respect. So if somebody comes to me and tells me anything, you know, something that would help me, something that could better my life, okay? If I trust the person, I'm going to sit and listen. Now, mind you, I might not do what they said. I might not think that they're correct, and I might not, you know, think it's a good idea. But I'm going to listen out of respect for the fact that I do trust their word. So I'm going to listen to hear if it could be helpful. Because Aquarius, we're not followers, most of us. So I'm going to listen to what they have to say. I'm going to consider, does it make sense? Is it helpful to me? And if it is, I'm going to use it. If it's not, I'm going to chuck it. And that's the bottom line. And my friends, my family, my loved ones already know that. They already know I'm going to listen. And if it sounds good, I'm going to go with you. But if it doesn't, I'm done. Okay? So when it comes to Aquarius, a lot of us, that's pretty much going to be the mindset. Now, there is a couple other reactions that are possible too. Some Aquarius will get very angry. And this could be a dark or a light Aquarius, really. They might get very angry because Aquarius are so used to people telling us to change. So used to people telling us that we're wrong. So used to people telling us that we're unusual or weird. So used to people trying to mold us into what they want us to be. We're so used to that. So many people have been doing that to us. Most of us, our whole lives. There's been somebody trying to get us not to think or not to do or not to be how we are, you know? Because everybody wants the Aquarius to be more status quo, more normal, more like them, you know? So most of us have experienced this so many times that we hate it. So some Aquarius will get angry. They will get angry as soon as you even start to attempt to tell them what they should and shouldn't do. They get irked with it immediately because we're so used to that, like I said. So some Aquarius might snap on you. They might cuss you out. They might yell at you. They might tell you, look, you need to worry about you and I'll worry about me. Okay? Some Aquarius will get right sassy with you. All right? So if they get angry, that's why. And then yet some other Aquarius will totally ignore you. Some Aquarius will listen to what you said, nod, go and keep it pushing. Like you never said anything at all. So some, you know, we have different responses, but these are the ones that are the most typical. So in that particular case where they ignore you, basically, as soon as you started talking, they detached. As soon as you started talking, they disconnected. They didn't even hear what you said. All they heard was something that they didn't like and clicked right off. So those types of Aquarius are not going to listen, period. And they do have the tendency to be darker Aquarius, but not always. Sometimes you do have a higher vibrational Aquarius that just wants to learn things a certain kind of way. For example, with me, I've had lots of people, like I'll give you an example of an exact situation that happened to me. I used to know a Libra. Notice I said used to. I used to know a Libra. And the Libra would always try to tell me how to do my magic. But the Libra wasn't currently practicing magic. And I don't know if the Libra ever really did. He claimed he did, but I never saw no evidence of it. He wasn't reading shit. He wasn't practicing shit. He wasn't doing any of the holidays. He wasn't doing the full moon. He wasn't doing any of the spiritual kind of stuff that witches and priestess do. Herbs, oils, crystals, nothing. Meditation, nothing. And he would always try to tell me how he, you know, reached this level and he was training witches and doing all this stuff. But I saw him do nothing. And he was always trying to give me advice on my magic. Or trying to really, it wasn't even really advice. It was just, I would make a statement about magic or about spirituality or something like that. And he always had something to say. Contrary, every time it was contrary to what I was talking about. Every single time. And then wanted to offer me help in whatever it was I was doing. Now, number one, you're not even practicing. I think you lying about everything that you're saying to me. I'm good. I don't need help. I'm doing great. I'm knocking these spells right out the box, you know? So him offering me help and then listening to what he was saying, he didn't even make sense. So as an Aquarius, I could have cussed him out. I could have listened to what he had to say, but I didn't do any of those things. I just ignored him. I ignored him until his behavior got to be annoying. And then I blocked him on Facebook because you're getting on my nerves. I think you're lying. You're talking shit and you're not helpful. Nobody asked you for your help. And if I was going to ask for help, it damn sure wouldn't be you. Because one thing about me specifically, and a lot of Aquarius feel this way, if we need help, we know who to go to. Aquarius know the experts for your ass. We know who knows their stuff. And if we need help with something, we know how to find that person. I don't need some random dude on Facebook trying to tell me how to do my craft that I've been doing for 20 years and I don't see you do nothing. I don't even see you read about it. Okay? So most of us, our mindset is like that. I just ignored him. You know? And I ignored him at first because it wasn't that annoying. It was only here and there, little stupid little things here and there. I just ignored it. And I already knew from the first conversation we had about paganism that he was lying. I knew it. I knew from the very first conversation. Because if a person is really doing any kind of spiritual work, you can tell by their conversation. Just the stuff that he was saying and not doing made it so obvious, but always has something to say. So, like I said before, Aquarius will either get angry, ignore you, listen, and see, listening, hearing, and keeping what we want and throwing away the rest is best case scenario. Okay? So, in the case where you have an Aquarius whose behavior isn't that great, I would say, since you are the closest person to her, you are the person who should approach her. Anybody else going to get cussed out or ignored immediately. You should approach her and tell her in the nicest way possible that her mouth and her behavior is real out of pocket. And if she cares enough to listen to you, then you guys can talk about it. And then you guys can make a plan of how she can consider changing that. Because the only person that can change an Aquarius is the Aquarius. All you can do is give her the information. So that's what I would do. I would have the conversation with her, and the only person that can change her is her. Beyond that, if she refuses to change or if she keeps on doing it, I would suggest stop inviting her. If she ruining whole events, stop inviting her. And just let her know, like, you know, we're not inviting you because your mouth. You get drunk, you cuss people out, you know, just tell her the truth. And it's not going to be pleasant, and she may be angry, but she needs to hear that because it's not fair for everybody else to deal with this behavior. Okay? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you would like to have a reading, please email me and I will give you an appointment. Likewise, if you want to contact me, all my information is underneath this video. If you want to hit me up on Patreon, that information is underneath this video as well. And come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.